Okay, YouTube. So now I'm able to go live. Able to go live on YouTube now because I got one of my laptops fixed. I want to go pick it up today, and I'm recording now on it. Today is April 14th, 2026. We had a bad day today. My son is sick. We stayed in the house for 2 days, so he could get a little better. I thought he was getting better because yesterday he was slapping the entire day. He was having so much fun laughing. But today he just been very quiet and down. He's smiling right now. But anyway, we had like a terrible day today. Like there were gay men. You don't. Somebody in the comments asked me, "How would you know if they were gay? You know what a gay person look like, how they walk, how they look, what they got on, blah blah blah." They kept staring at my son, and I already told you I have occult members stalking me, trying to get to me and my son to kill me and my son, and they're also trying to rape my son. Right? No, we was on the bus earlier. Like we had a good day. We was at a shopping center in Oxon Hill, Maryland. That's where I got my laptop fixed, right? So I had to go to the area to pick up my stuff, and I stopped off to other places to get stuff. And we got on the bus from the way to head back home, right? When we was getting on the bus, the bus driver, he was giving me a hard time on the bus. He was giving me a hard time on the metro bus, right? Purposely starting stuff. All I asked was, am I able to use your handicap section, right? And then he was like, he can't make people move. And I said, why can't you? I said, it was only like, I think one handicapped person that was up front sitting on one side, but the other person that was sitting on the other side, she wasn't handicapped. She was just sitting there. And I said, why can't you? Normally, when handicapped people need to use the handicap section, the bus driver say, we need y'all to move to the back of the bus. That's what they always do. I always see them do it since I was growing up. And there was a lot of seats available. So even it was like real close by the handicap section, right? So the one lady that was sitting on the side that I actually got set into, she got up and moved. But the bus driver wasn't trying to let me on the bus. But then I asked him again. I said, you can't have them move. I said, can I get on it? Can I get on the bus? Then he shouted something about something. I got smart with him. I didn't get smart with him. He was getting smart. He had an attitude, act like he didn't want me to get on the bus. When all I did is ask, can I get on the bus? Again, another incident. And then I finally got on the bus. But as I was getting on the bus driver started something with me, right? And I was telling him, I didn't get smart with you, which I didn't. Until after the fact that he had got smart with me. And then a customer had shouted out real loud to my son, he would have left me and my son, and he would have done this to me and my son. He would have did something. I gotta listen to the recording again. And I yelled at him all day today. I was yelling at people because you staring at my son. Or every gay man. So I yelled at them. I told them, stop looking at me. Stop looking at me and my son. Because these people are stalking me and my son. And they're trying to pretend they're coming off the night. They stopping me from getting jobs. Like I told y'all, they have millionaires and millionaires paying people off to stop me. My child's father is in on it. He's working for and with the Reverend Antonio Moore, and they're people. They all want the gigantic occult. And the guy was making big threats towards me, and I wouldn't shut up because he wouldn't shut up. Like the situation between me and the bus driver had nothing to do with you. The bus driver should have told him to be quiet. Could I have shut my mouth? Yes, but I'm tired of every day that I walk out this door. They are punking me, like literally punk. I'm 35 years old. They've been punking me since I was in my 20s, trying to scare me. Everything I do, I'm gonna get locked up. If I argue with my child's father, like before he became my child's father, and we had little arguments. Every time I used to go outside the doors, there's people having attitude towards me, like I'm in trouble, like I'm a kid or something. We was in our 20s dating. Even if I'm not in my 20s dating, who are y'all to get mad at me? Because I'm having an attitude with my child's father. At the time, he wasn't my child's father. It's just like a lot of stuff going on that nobody believes me about. And I don't want it to be called crazy for, because you know what? I'd rather be a crazy person than a liar. when I could save a lot of lives out here. There's a lot of people out here that are suffering behind these crazy people that are blending in as regular citizens where they are not regular citizens, and they're hurting other people's livelihoods and taking away their lives. And we can't get jobs, we can't do nothing unless we bow down to their call. And even when we bow down to their call, they still don't like us. They're they want us to sacrifice our kids, they want us to sacrifice ourselves, they want us to have sex with men that like men, women that like women, people, men and women that like kids. They want us to let our kids have sex at an early age, blah 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 blah. I am not making this stuff up. I am telling the truth. This stuff was said to me. I get a lot of message dreams. This stuff was said to me, told to me, um, um, like, yeah, said to me and told to me. I'm trying to think of something else, but yeah, they keep stalking me every single day. But when we was on that bus, that guy, he kept shouting out weird things that didn't have nothing to do with me getting on the bus and him claiming that I'm holding the bus up when I wasn't. I definitely wasn't holding it up. I was asking if I could get on before getting on, right? So while we was on the bus, we were arguing the whole entire time. The guy was shouting stuff that seemed suspicious. He was saying stuff like, I'll make your son do this. He was saying inappropriate things, saying that he'll make my son do inappropriate things to him, right? I'm trying to be careful what I say on YouTube. And then he was also telling my son how he would take his weapon and basically kill me. He was also saying he would kick me if I crossed the yellow line in the back where you also could pay at, right? And we was arguing. I said, go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. And I pulled my pepper spray out, and I told him if he hit me or kicked me, I was going to pepper spray him. Then he also told me when he get off the bus, he also told me he was going to have his sister that was right beside him hit me. She was arguing with me too. And she was arguing. I was going back and forth with both of them. So she got off on the back of the bus. He got off at the front of the bus. He told my son when he get off the bus, he was going to smack me. He walked right past me. And he was still arguing with me. I was still arguing with him and on the phone with the police at the same time. The only reason why I called the police because he threatened to kill me. And he kept reaching in his backpack, acting like he was about to pull something out to do so. So I called the police. And when he walked past me, he ain't hit me. And I ain't pepper spray him because he ain't hit me. Like, you can't tell me not to go to the back of the bus to do anything. And you're not going to put your hands on me without paying the consequence, whether you get sentenced to prison or what. He was saying a lot of weird things that I've been reporting to the FBI and to the police about what they're trying to do to my son, what the Antonio Moore and Tavis Jermaine Bill and their courts are trying to do to my son, which is inappropriately violate my son sexually. And they're trying to find ways to pull him in to the system. And I'm not going to allow it because I'm the one who's reaching out for help. But the people that's following me, they're working with the government. But I know it's somebody like inside of the government that I can actually reach to get their asses in trouble and make sure they go fucking down. Because if President Trump is serious about clearing the streets of District of Columbia or Maryland or Washington or Virginia, what he needs to do a state shutdown. He needs to shut down the states, all the states, because it's happening everywhere, and I know it is. He needs to shut down the states because there's a lot of people out there suffering. They're creating struggles. There are rich people. They all telepath. I'm sure that the president probably telepath as well. They're telepathing, and that's how they're able to target you. If you wonder why you're a target, because it's pretty strange not to know your victim, right? Know nothing about your victim. The reason why they know something about your victim because your family members are in on it as well. I have some family members that's working with the government, and the police officers and these occult members that also telepathic too, because they had got possessed, and they have been abused, and they have got what's the word I want to say, possessed, abused, and they have joined their cult by force or voluntarily, right? And most times it starts off when they are young. Like this stuff been going on for years. I could tell it been going on for years because most of these old people, they're about 60, 70 years old, and they started this shit. I don't it probably go way fucking back, but they're still doing it out here. That's why some of the stuff that you see in the news, that shit ain't real. Um, Even the shit when they talking about elections and selecting presidents and stuff, that shit ain't real. Can't be, if I know for a fact that these people are out here telepathing and they're able to dictate your life and your future and bank on your life and make you struggle and watch you squirm and suffer and everything. And they're paying people off to kill you. They probably not even really paying people off. They're all in it together, and they probably just seeing, probably making bets amongst each other, seeing how, if this person can get out of this situation, if this person can get out of this situation. That's why I'm not shutting my mouth, because I'm a target to the government. The government been trying to assassinate me, and they've been trying to assassinate me since Obama, and I've been in a what you call it. They've been trying to target. They've been targeting my family members, but my family members, they probably just think that it's just life. No, if somebody is after your child, trying to get your child, and trying to do something to your child that you know that's not right, no, that's, God didn't do that. That's not just how life goes. If you know that you're suffering and you know that you did everything, I document the shit I do. Like, I document me putting in job applications each month. I put in 30 plus applications and I still can't get a job. I applied for Section 8, can't get Section 8. I recently joined a wait list. I'm number 17, but how long that might take? They probably take 3 years. You never know. And I bet they want me to sacrifice my son to even get that. No, I am not. I need the help. I need President Trump to get involved. And if I sniff any lie of in him or his administration, I will snitch to the world that they're crooked people. Um, I work for Ally Universal. They haven't put me on the schedule this week at all. They tried to call me last week to come in. But it's so funny because the week before last week, I've been texting my manager, asking my manager, did you find a spot for me to work? I need a full-time position. I need overnight shift or even morning shift, right? So he texted me. I waited because he normally puts me on the schedule for Saturdays and Sundays. Those are the only 2 days he had me working. And he told me he was gonna. He said, "All right." The last time I spoke to him, he said, "Okay." He gonna see if he could reach out to any managers. Okay. So one person contacted me, and I told him I can only work 3 to 11, sometimes overnight, right? I mean, sometimes for overtime, right? Not all the time, permanently. And I can't even really do it. Why? Because that is stepping in the way of me teaching my son, because I'm pre-homeschooling, right? Because I'm trying to, he have autism, and I'm trying to pre-homeschool him so that he can be a little advanced before the actual school year. So when I have to document shit for him, he can be a little improving. Stop biting. Dang. So um my manager had someone contact me out of nowhere. It was a lady. She said, can you work Sundays? Remember, she only say Sundays, one day out of a week. Can you work Sunday like I'm a dog or something? Can you work Sundays 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. permanently? No, I can't. I told my manager I can only do it sometimes, not all the time. Then another lady called me. Oh, can you work Monday? No, I waited till Sunday night to do what I had to do. I booked I waited Saturday, went past Sunday night, went past about, I waited probably like 6, 5 o'clock and purchased booked the stuff that I was supposed to do for my son. I booked the stuff that I needed to do for my son. And then about 7 o'clock, I got a call. Stop it. About 7 o'clock, I had got a call saying, "Can you work Monday and Tuesday?" Those 2 days were occupied. Nobody called me during business hours, which is like in the morning time to like 6 o'clock. And stop that. I told you, stop. Stop biting me. And she called me about 7 o'clock, asked me, can I work Monday and Tuesday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Once again, that is taking up the whole entire day. And then once again, that's only 2 days out of a week, 24 hours. Now, before I got switched to this manager, I told her I couldn't do it. Why? Because one thing I had to contact my sitter to see if my sitter wasn't even home because my sitter had dead hair that day. Right? And she was gonna get home. Well, she did hair thing on Sunday, but I think she also my hair to do on Monday night too as well. I think. Not sure. I don't think so, but anyway, she was already gone, and I don't know if she planned anything else. Anyway, once again, it takes up the whole entire day, and then two is only 2 days out of a week. And when I applied, before I get switched to this manager, the last position I applied to was a morning shift, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. I told y'all in my shorts videos on YouTube that these people are purposely trying to make me work the mess shift. Hey, don't bite, hello. No biting. And they're purposely doing it because they know it's going to interfere. They're telepathing and they know everything about me. They know it's going to interfere with my son work, homeschooling. They know it's going to be hard for me. If I didn't have the sitter I have, I can't find a regular daycare that was sit. It's not too many overnight daycares that will babysit my son 3 p.m. to 11. So I applied for a position in a shift that works comfortably for any parent that normally gets a shift that works for them, morning or night, right? It's not like I have two people in the household, me and his father, where his father I could stay home with him during the morning time, and then his father could get him when it's time for me to go to work in the evening, and his father could do so. It's just only me, only me. Sorry, it's just only me here with my son. Sorry. So why are you these managers keep calling me, trying to give me a shift that does not fit me? And I mentioned that to my son. Like I purposely opened the availability up so it won't seem like I'm being selfish, right? But every time you call me, you only calling me to do 3 p.m. to 11, and I can't always do that 3 p.m. to 11 because I'm trying to get me and my son comfortable for the school year. I can't do nothing. I can't get no housing. I can't get a decent job because they stopping me. My son not gonna be able to learn in a good environment because they stopping me. I'm not making none of this up, y'all. I really wish I could say I'm going crazy, and I really wish I could. I wouldn't lie on people. I swear. No, but y'all don't know me. I swear y'all don't know me. So it's expected for somebody to think that I'm going crazy. But how can I be going crazy when a lot of people talks about the Illuminati? They talk about cult members. They talk about this stuff. So I can't be crazy. Y'all just don't believe it, or y'all don't want to admit it that it's very close by. It's your family members. They connected to some of these celebrities and stuff like that. They connected to a lot of people, the government and stuff like that. Stop, please. And they're doing something very wicked out here that is not normal, not a good God. They're worshiping the devil. They're worshiping wicked things. Even President Trump administration and his wife spoke on it. They said that it was and that's why I'm not putting my son in school because they there. I seen it with my own two eyes. Like same people that I served, I put them in school before for preschool, and the same people that was in his school were the same people that I used to serve a long time ago. Like everyone that was in there. Everyone. I'm not making this up. I really wish I could lie to y'all, but I'm not making this up. That's why I say, can y'all pull the cameras? Like, can President Trump please pull the cameras and have your people do an investigation, bring you these tapes and stuff, and show people? But you know what? They're probably not going to even do it because it's a lot of secrets in the government, and they're going to get exposed. But they're messing with the right person. You're messing with the right person because eventually you're gonna have to. That's how they got Sandra Bland. That's how they got Trayvon Martin. And somebody sacrificed them. Their family knew that the police was after them, and they got targeted and killed. And sometimes some of those people that's on those news and stuff that claim they died and the police did it, some of that stuff is fake. It's not always real. Don't do that, please. Stop it. But I am definitely a target, and they're trying to assassinate me. And I've been putting up a strong fight, and I'm getting sick and tired of fighting because it's affecting my livelihood. They're taking away my livelihood and they're taking away from. At first, I didn't know exactly what was going on. They were basically trying to blame my family members, like the ones that's not in on it. They were trying to blame them, right? But they tried to blame me for robbing my grandmother's bank account. That was the first crime they tried to pin on me. Then they tried to pin me raping my son when the whole entire time they're all the ones that's trying to do it and did it. Right? They also try to blame me for other crimes that I reported. I reported this stuff to the FBI. So I'm so serious about this stuff. But y'all call me crazy and a liar. I reported this to the FBI because I'm scared, and then it's affecting me and my son's livelihood. And I'm not a criminal, and then you're depriving me of my rights to the way of life and to have rights in life. And you're doing it illegally, silently, secretly amongst your call. And that is against the law. And if there's good people in the government, if the president is really a good person, and he find that these people are criminals, they're going to get in trouble. Like, who's to say that these wars that they got going on, I forgot what was going on with the president. I don't know if it was something to do with Iran or something. Who's to say that shit is fake? That shit might be fake. But they know exactly who they're targeting because your family members aren't in on it. And what they want you to do is take the mark of the beast. They want you to be devilish. They want you to surrender to Satan and the Luciferian ways. They want you to sacrifice your kids, sacrifice you. Everything that is so nasty. And nobody can't tell me that I didn't have voodoo and witchcraft on me. I felt it. There were things that were happening to me that never happened to me ever in life. Like thoughts coming in my head that were not my own thoughts. Feelings on my body and stuff like that. Like when people say witchcraft is real, witchcraft is really extremely real. And I would like to say those people were lying, but they were not lying about it. Yes, I felt witchcraft on me. I felt voodoo on me, a curse on me. Yes, it's very real. Darrell Antonio Moore and Tavis Bill both admitted that I had a curse on me, and that Darrell Antonio Moore, Tavis admitted that Darrell Antonio Moore paid somebody to kill me and to put witchcraft on me. And he told me this before, that he did voodoo on me. Okay? And then Tavis is not lying, and I can vouch because I'm the one who had the curse on me. And then two, these people out here, they basically let me know. But nobody wants to pull the camera to show how weird these people are acting when I'm stepping near them in the world. Wherever I go, these people act very strange. Like in 2024, I'm getting so tired. When I'm mad by son, was doing going out to all these stores. These people were purposely staring at me, acting like I'm not supposed to be here. Even my child's father, family members, they used to do that too to me. Like, I'll come in the living room, they looking at me like I'm not supposed to exist here. Like I did something wrong. Basically, trying to make it look like I'm crazy or something. Like, but they're the ones crazy because they tripping. You been abnormal. I'm not been abnormal. Like, I could go on and on for days. I got proof of the Real Antonio Moore behavior towards me. He stole thousands of dollars. Him and my child's father stole $4,000 from me back in 2019. They plan to steal it again in 2022. They did. But my child's father paid the $4,000 back from 2019 because why? He got to make his name look innocent, but he's not innocent. That's why I need an investigation done on him so he could go down. And they always trying to, like the guy, he was shouting on the bus, "Stop picking on my skin, please." He trying with I know they little tactics, but it's not gonna work with me. And when I tell if somebody gets close to me and willing to do an investigation, I only want the president to get close to me. But if the president could get his team to do an investigation, I'm gonna tell you, the president, don't believe that my child's father is innocent. He is not innocent. It's either he's working with them either way. He's working with them and for them because he have to, because somehow these people are above them and they're basically he's their bitch and his family are their bitches as well. Or either he has some type of superior rank just like them and he's working with them. Regardless, he's working with them. Do a hardcore investigation. But what the president needs to do, he needs to shut down the states and clean the entire state. You need to fire all your police departments in every state. Fire everyone. You're going to have to do it because these people are everywhere. They are everywhere, and I know they are. They're making people basically their bitch. You have to be gay. You have to kiss their ass in order to get somewhere in society. And that's not what their law said. If your law not saying that, what good person is abiding by these laws? Who are going by these laws? Because when we go to the courthouse, these are y'all laws. So these are y'all laws. Why when we out in the real world, that's the real world too, but why when we outside of the courthouse into the world where things take place at, why are there your police officers, they're not following your rules or what? Your regular everyday workers, they're not following the laws or nothing, like your metro bus drivers, your taxi drivers, your Uber drivers, your regular citizens who supposed to be regular citizens acting weird as shit, acting like they're trying to kill me, giving me weird fucking looks. Same people I've seen from years ago keeps looking at me strange, keep staring at my son. Like, I know because these things were said to me. Like, do I have to play a video clip of the Real Antonio Moore threatening me about my son? Do I have to upload lots of evidence? Like, I showed where he busted my eye in 2022. I'm going to tell you why he busted my eye in 2022. He had no reason to do so. This guy, I gave him $4,000 of my money because he's supposed to have taught me how to learn how to do Forex trading. Back in 2019, he promised to do that too. So he promised to do it again in 2022. I'm not going to run down the whole story. I'll say that for an investigation. I gave him $4,000 of my money, and this guy never showed me how to do it. He kept coming up with excuse, basically trying to, you know how somebody got something on yours, they trying to make you kiss their ass. But he couldn't make me kiss his ass because I was already doing the things right that I'm supposed to do. So he kept trying to do everything irritating, nitpicking, trying to make me mad. He still don't have a right to do that because there was an agreement made. So if you break the agreement, you get in trouble. So he kept nitpicking that shit. And then when I catch an attitude, he tells me, basically, I'm not getting my money back. Basically, he don't have to give me my money back. but you're not gonna get my money back. No, the agreement was he felt bad for what had happened back in 2019 and my child's father not giving me my money. My child's father didn't give me my money at that time period in 2022 yet. They stole the money in 2019, right? 20, 21, 22. 3 years went past. Like the third year, when we moved into the apartment in 2022, my child father told me he was going to give me my money back, right? When I linked up with Darrell Antonio Moore said the same exact thing, right? So I didn't have my money back yet in my hand from 2019 at all. The plan was to wait till Darrell Antonio Moore still another $4,000, and then Tavis Bill was going to reimburse me from the one in 2019. But now there's more money stolen. Another $4,000, right? He felt bad. He was going to give it back to me. He was going to double it, and he wants me to learn how to. He said he was going to flip my money for me and teaching me how to do forex trading, and he was going to give me $8,000 instead of $4,000 back because he felt bad for my child's father stealing and him taking the money, right? And he said that all I had to do is give him $4,000. He was going to flip it, right? His excuse why he took the money back then because I took his laptop. I'll save that for an investigation as well. I took his laptop, so he gave my child's father $2,000 of my money, and he took $2,000. But he felt bad because Savers didn't. But you still took $2,000, right? So this time around, he said he was going to teach me how to forex trade. And he wanted he was going to teach me how to forex trade, and he was going to also flip the money and show me how to learn it, right? He was nitpicking, and when I didn't really get smart with him. I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't get smart with him because he made it so to the point I couldn't even say words. Like anything I go say something to him, it's basically stop getting smart, yelling at me, hitting me, and everything. Now I would tell him I'm not getting smart with you, but I am allowed to say how I feel. Now you wonder why I act the way I act. Like when y'all see me upload certain things, because these people was out here treating me basically like a bitch. Like they got a leash on me. Like you gonna do what we tell you do. You do what everybody like. It could be a kid that's like 7 to 8 years old. I'm supposed to do what that kid told me to do. I swear to God, that's how it is. I'm not making this shit up. So he lied and came up with an excuse. Because I got the recording of him admitting. If anybody want to keep shouting, blah, blah, blah. I got a recording of him admitting why the money was given to him. And he was supposed to give it back to me. After he flipped into $8,000, he was supposed to give it back to me. So that way, I could have my money back from then. And the amount that I gave him. And then I could be learning, I could do it myself, right? Nope. Then he came up with another lie why he couldn't give me the money. That could be for an investigation. So at one point I told him to keep the money. But then he came up with an excuse on something else. I'll save that for an investigation. So then I stuck around waiting for my money to get back into my hand. He just kept trying to do stuff, draining me of my energy and everything like that, just to steal more money from my bank account because he knew how much money I had in my bank account. So he was I had $11,000 saved up in 2022. He stole $4,000 of it. He was trying to take the rest of it out of my bank account. He thought he could manipulate me into that part to get more money. And basically he did because other things occur, but I need an investigation done on that too. Like these people are so slick. I had multiple numbers from Darrell Antonio Moore where we had lots of conversations and I had lots of evidence. But one day when I went to go get my maps fixed that is still not working on my Apple iPhone, I tried to ask the Apple Store people to fix my phone. They said they're gonna delete everything from my phone and then they're gonna restore it back. Now some stuff came back, but majority every messages from all only had one number that of the Real Antonio Moore that was full of messages. But all the other numbers that we was texting from swiped out. I asked them to restore it. They didn't restore it. They never restored it. The time frame that I asked them to restore it the first time, they never restored it. It never came back. So most of those messages are gone. But a good thing I had sent the messages, the first set of messages I have of us, especially when it's talking about my money and stuff, those messages are sent in my email. I can upload all. Y'all gonna see the narcissistness. You're gonna see the manipulation inside the text message and in the recordings. I don't make shit up. I'm just tired of reaching out for help because I'm sitting here, I'm homeless and jobless. My son got autism. I'm reaching out for help because I need to be in my own place. I'm 35 years old. I'm living with a grown woman in her basement. No other grown person or grown woman wants to keep taking care of another grown bitch and her child. But I'm doing everything possible to get out of the situation. And I told this person, I can't, they're stopping me. Nobody believes me. Like, I'm not making this up. Like, when we was on the bus, the guy was purposely shouting out certain things. That's why you don't got no family, because they already know who I am. I told y'all he was saying weird shit that's linking to the Real Antonio Moore. They're purposely trying to isolate me from my family, make sure I don't have no family. They're already dictating them. They already got them in a bowl. They're already manipulating their mind and stuff. And my family don't know they're being manipulated. I know you're being manipulated because the people that you're dating are their cult members, whether you believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Now, they're trying to scare me. That's why you don't have no family. That's why you this. Okay. And I don't care. I don't care if my family don't like me, because y'all cult members that they're dating are trying to manipulate them into not liking me and putting me out their house, or trying to tell them not to have no associations with me, or don't like me, or she act weird. Good, because you act weird. They're trying to isolate you as well, and they're gonna do something demonic to you. They probably even felt the curse and gonna deny it. They're gonna lie. My family members are gonna lie. And they're gonna say, no, I never thought that, or I never said that, or I never did that, or that never happened to me, because they scared. They're scared. You think you're supposed to be underneath somebody else's control. No, you're not. That is not the law. The law does not say in the state of Maryland or DC or Virginia that we are slaves. We are not slaves to nobody. And they're making it look like we are slaves. And when I talk like this, I sound crazy. Well, young Pharaoh was talking like this as well. I guess he's crazy too. Which he is not. He is not crazy. Those people that was around him were setting him up. I have evidence on that too. I could point one of the people that was setting that boy up. People say you have to read between the lines. There's something wicked going out here that's happening out here in this world. I'm not making it up. Read in between the line. There are real life demons out here. I am not making this shit up. Those people that were commenting on my videos about the Metro driver, the Dunkin' Donuts lady, y'all are all occult members. And of course you want me to take the videos down. Of course you want me to feel sad, like something's gonna happen to me or something bad. Always they love to say your child was with you. Yeah, my child be with me. When that lady bumped my child inside the laundromat, she purposely took her body and hit my child and made my child flew into me. And I tapped her nicely and I said, you said excuse me? She hit me in my face. We started fighting over my child once again. What you gonna say? Your child is with me? Yeah, but that lady hit my son and I needed her to say excuse me because my son don't know the difference between nice or mean. He have autism. He might think if you hit him, he gonna smile and think you really care about him. No, the only person that really care about him is me. These people are messing with my motherhood. I'm getting tired of everything. Have you ever been a victim of abuse? Narcissist abuse. You so tired. It's affecting you being a mother. It's affecting you living life. Period. I have always been a good person. I have always stayed. I'm not gonna say I did good things all the time, but I haven't did bad things to the point that it. Blah, blah, blah. But I have always been a person that I stay to myself and mind my business. I'm not a troublemaker. I don't go around making trouble. No, but I had enough of this shit. There's something weird going on here, and it's been going on for years towards me since I started dating my child's father. Before he became my child's father, I started dating him when I was 23 years old. I am now 35 years old. And every day since the day of 23 years old, weird shit been happening to me. Every day, every year, every month, every minute, second, hour, never change. I am not making it up. That is crazy to say. There's people telepathing and I'm lying, or like I'm not losing my mind. I'm telling you, I could be the one to save other people's lives just by keep opening my mouth. Because there's other people suffering that needs to get out of these enslavements, but they can't get out of it because if they open their mouth, something's gonna happen to them. They scared that something's gonna happen to them. I'm not scared something's gonna happen to me because I document. If something happened to me, you better do it right, because guess what? If I survive anything, I'm gonna make sure I'm coming for you. You're going to do life in prison. I'm gonna make sure your family go down. Tavis Jermaine Bill. I do not like my child's father. He have a court case tomorrow where he's gonna get off on his DUIs. I am a witness of him drinking while he's driving. The last time I was with this guy, he was drunk and tried to get behind the wheel. I had to drive me and my son back home. I didn't let him drive us back home because he was too fucking drunk. No. So he got in a car accident in December with his old car that he had for 2 years. He got it in 2024. He had it in 2024. He only had it for a year probably, or almost a year. Crashed it December. He ended up stopped doing that pension. I guess I just child abused my son by telling him stop doing that pension. That hurts. He got in a car accident in December, and then he got it into what you call it? What do you call it? Rental. Then right after the rental, he only had the rental for a few days or a week or so. I knew nothing about his new truck until he told me. He got into a new truck. But when he told me he got into his new truck, he told me his new truck crashed. I knew nothing about your new truck. He was trying to link certain things together, but he couldn't link it because it wasn't true, and I documented it. I never talked to someone and asked them, do you have a new car? I talked to someone and asked them, was you driving to work? Or was you getting a ride to work? And they said you was driving. That was it. There was nothing about, oh, he got a new car, he got his own new car, blah, 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 blah. He told me all about his new car himself. Because when he told me, I was surprised. I didn't know you had a car. It wasn't even a car, it was a truck. I didn't know you had a truck. I didn't know what color it was. And then I saw him post it, so I documented it. He posted it on Instagram, I documented it. My evidence. Because I know you're lying. He told me about something. He pulled from the side of the daggone shoulder of the road, and then an 18-wheeler came and swiped him. My child's father, he telepath. He has psychic abilities. He also told me this out his own mouth. He's going to try to take it back. And like I say, he don't have it. He does. Him, his mother, his brothers, they all do. Even some of my family members do too. He gonna lie. I feel like even the last time when he got locked up, that was staged. This time, I believe, I know it had to be staged. Now, if you got 5 charges related to a DUI and reckless driving, how are you going? Your license should get suspended or something. Driving under the influence, driving while impaired, and you got hit by an 18-wheeler that ate up your car, your truck. Got PP? Wait a minute, let me see if you got to use the bathroom. I'm sorry. You got to use the bathroom? Huh? PP? Your toilet over there. Let's turn the heat on. What's wrong? They're trying to come back or something. They're trying to come back with a late. And I'm going to bomb y'all tomorrow again. Oh, hey, got rid of some of these flies and they're trying to come back. So they'll come out later. They'll come out. So, if I'm making anything up about my child's father got anything to do with anything, he expressed overly how he don't want to be on child support, basically. And let me tell you this: please don't make no promise about calling me a go digger or anything. He told me to put him on child support. He told me to put him on child support back in 2021. And he told me to do it again before it actually got final for the last time. I put him on 3 times. The first 2 times, I dropped the case. That's how nice I am. I dropped the case. I thought he was willing to work things out, whether we was together or not. You don't have to be with me to make sure that your child is being taken care of. What he wants to do is not take care of his child at all and leave me with my child all by myself. And his Illuminati cult members are stalking me and my son and stopping me from getting job and housing, and still trying to find a way to rape my son and still harassing me about stuff and trying to pin crimes on me. Sit down so I can see. Right? No. There's been times when I never try to put my child father on child support at all. Never, not once time. I got evidence to prove that. Even me by dropping the case, the first 2 cases, prove. I even got emails saying that when I wrote child support, the administration, I told them that me and my child's father, we came to the conclusion to work things out. I'm all about working things out for the good cause, not the bad cause. Whether we together or not, we don't have to be together. Still help out with your child. Watch him, because there was a time when I wasn't asking for money at all. The only thing I ask of this little nigger is to watch your child while I work. While I go get some money for me to take care of my son, you watch your child while I work. You be your child sitter while I work. And then when you need to work, I be your child sitter and watch my child as well. I don't care, slam it. I have no problem. What y'all tell her? I have no problem with what I was gonna say, him be his sitter when I watch when I need to go work, and when he need to go work, he watches child. When I took him up child support, I thought that's how it was gonna go. What he was trying to do, he was trying to manipulate me into believing that he wanted me to be in a relationship with him, and we stayed together and take care of our child that way. Whole time this nigga was performing rituals on me and voodoo and witchcraft on me, just to try to finish me off. I put him on child support again. I dropped the case again because of the same reason. But the last time, the third time I went to go put him on child support, he told me again to put him on child support. And before the child support case was because I was going through the custody part, and I was trying to get child support through custody. This boy was making me, y'all don't even know. Like, some of y'all know, but some of y'all don't know. This boy was making me have sex with him, basically trying to prostitute me for me to get help with his kid. I gotta open my legs for him. If I don't have sex with him, guess what? He not doing nothing. He not doing shit for his son. He not putting no food in the house. He not doing nothing. He not buying no clothes. He not doing nothing. I documented him telling me, "Are you gonna give me sex?" I told the custody people that he basically was trying to prostitute me, make me have sex in order for him to have sex with, in order for him to help out with his child. That is, I forgot what they call that, is unfit or something like that to the system, or neglect to your child. It's something that they say it is. He not supposed to be doing that to the child's mother, and I'm not supposed to do that to him. I never make him do anything for me to help out with my son. I get my son. I'm broke as fuck right now. Like, I'm really broke, and I buy my son every time my son pick up something at the stores. I buy it. I swear to God, and I'm broke as fuck. Whether we get food stamps, child support money, his disability check money, my work money, my tax money, whatever, I buy it because I like spoiling my child. I document my shit. I bought majority of my child clothings. I worked at Amazon for 2 years, so I made sure I was buying his clothes every season. Everything. How could somebody get mad because they told you to put them on child support? And then when you put them on child support, they have people working with them trying to kill you, trying to basically scare you off of putting him on child support, all because you really don't want to take care of your child financially. Like, this nigga told me he'd rather take care of his child financially. Multiple times. I got recordings. So if you rather take care of your child financially, and I said in multiple videos and messages, okay, you don't want to take care of your child physically, you don't want to help out with your child physically, and you rather just take in financial, fine. I'm going to child support route. Right? Because when I did go the child support route, when I went to the child custody case and I asked them for custody and I asked them for child support, they denied my child support. They said, wait till you move out, then get child support, because we were still in the same household with the dad. So when I was doing that time period, even before the custody case came, I was asking this nigga to put stuff in the house. He wouldn't put stuff in the house, certain things in the house, because I have to have sex with him to do it. That's abuse to me and him. Now, who do you think you are? Why are you trying to make me have sex with you in order for you to do certain things with your son? Just because I'm telling you no for 2 to 4 weeks that I don't want to have sex with you. There's a reason why I'm telling you no, I don't want to have sex with you. Because you're disrespecting me. You're letting people disrespecting me. You keep putting your hands on me. You stole my money. You helped steal my money. You keep manipulating me. You keep tricking me. You don't really like me. You hate me. You want me to die. You got my son sexually assaulted and you won't tell. You in on trying to cover that up. You admitted that my mother's boyfriend sexually assaulted my sister. That's who he also is a part of their occult too. They're all up in my family. I don't make shit up. They're trying to make their occult members that's dating my family members, they're trying to make them go against me and make it look like I'm going crazy so they won't like me. I don't say stuff that wasn't said to me, shown to me, or done to me. Like my child's father, he trying to cover up the fact that he be saying shit out of nowhere. He be trying to cover shit up, telling us I only say that because of you. But guess what? I got one thing that you can't tell the police or the investigators. That time period when you came out your mouth and said something smart to me and my aunt when me and my aunt was on the phone. And the conversation had nothing to do with you, little ugly. And you said something slick out the mouth to me and my aunt. My aunt got so mad, she came over to our house, wanted to fight him because the slick shit he said out his mouth. Now, what's your excuse? Since I'm lying about the slick shit that you be saying to me out of your mouth, out of nowhere, what's your excuse about that? Because that's recorded. You want to tell the police, oh, she said something smart to me first. That's why I said what I said. No, that one is recorded. So like I said, when my child's father told me he got incest in his family, he didn't tell me that because I told him I got incest in my family. He told me that because he was just shouting stuff out of nowhere. When he told me the Ray Antonio Moore family members and the Ray Antonio Moore are pedophiles, he didn't tell me out of nowhere because I told him somebody else was a pedophile. He also told me another friend of theirs that's connected to Tavis and the Ray Antonio Moore is a pedophile. And I got proof that that guy is a pedophile. Somebody that's very close to that guy admitted that he was a pedophile. So how come every time I'm shouting on YouTube or Instagram or to my family members that Tavis said that this guy's a pedophile, and now I can vouch that he is a pedophile because their gay members are stalking me. These are people that have been stalking me for years that I didn't know at first they were stalking me, but they're starting to show who they are, stalking me, making faces at me, hinting things, basically letting me know that they know what I'm thinking and stuff and what they're planning on doing. Now, every time I say that, when I go try to get my child's father to admit to it, he backs out of it. He says stuff. He'll pause. He won't answer the question. And I say, didn't you tell me the Ray Antonio Moore was a pedophile? And then the last time I asked him this, I said, you know what? You don't even have to answer it because I already got the truth anyway. I already know about it. But would the government please pull the cameras? Like, my son been sexually assaulted at a store in Washington, D.C. on Georgia Avenue. I called the police didn't come. I waited for an hour, the police didn't show up. I came back the next day to call, or 2 days later to call. The police didn't show because I needed them to pull the footage to show that that man was rubbing on my son with his private area and put his arms around my son and was hugging on my son. Those one of their cult members. I need you to document that face so the Ray Antonio Moore and them could go down. Because you're going to have to do an arrest on all their family members. They're all up in CPS. They snatching people, kids, taking them, raping them. They're trying to find every way of you being unfit so they could grab your kid and take them and assault them. And then sometimes they give them back to you raggedy. They already know your kid's going to give you hell. And then sometimes they keep your kid away from you. Like, this is my only child. I never grew up in a household where we did those things. We was taught about those things, about people stay away from them, tell on them if they do it to you. My son can't talk. So I'm very protective of my son. I let him go to daycare. I let him go to school. I had bad situations with the schooling and the daycare. So now he's not allowed to go to school or daycare anymore. We as people know when people are hinting you things, that whether it's good or bad, One day I was on the phone with the SSA lady, Social Security Administration lady, and we was talking. And then she was telling me basically, because I was telling her I can't find work. We got on that part about my income. I said I don't work right now and blah blah blah. She was like, oh, I have a sister that have a child that's autistic, and she can't work until her child turned 18 years old. She said it's gonna work out all good. And I said, yeah, I know. I was trying to put him in a daycare, and she said, no, no. You keep your child right close to you. And then I went on to try to say it again. She said, no, no. That because she knows. She knows. They know. These people out here know. They telepathing. They know. They know what's going on. Some people disguise themselves as good people when they're not. I'm very smart enough to know that Darrell Antonio Moore, you could try to flip the story on Tavis Jermaine Bill and make it look like y'all the good people when y'all all one big gigantic occult. And Tavis and his family are the bad people. It came out Darrell Antonio Moore that Tavis and them are criminals. But Darrell Antonio Moore, you and your people are also criminals as well. And y'all all linked to Tavis and them. Y'all the same people. So I'm not putting my son in school. I'm homeschooled. I don't never want him to go to school with those kids because those kids are also pedophiles. Man, I've never been around people in my life where they talked about this shit so much until I got with my child's father. A lot of incest, his family incest. His nephew, that's from his brother, fingered his cousins. His same next nephew did something with his sister. The same nephew got in the bed with his mother, his brother girlfriend while she was nude. There's a lot of stuff that was said to me and told to me. But let me tell you, he only told me that because he wanted to do this. Oh, he wanted to see this. No, he didn't. Because I don't talk like that. Now I may be saying stuff purposely done because I'm trying to get the truth out and nobody's believing me. And I'm getting tired of them. They're the ones, nobody's believing me. Like when I go to the good people and tell them, nobody's believing me. And when I'm stepping out there, they're basically trying to scare me and punk me to what's going to happen to you. You're going to remain poor. You're going to remain this. You're going to remain that. Why am I being a blame of something when this little nigger, Darrell Antonio Moore, you stole my money twice? And I told you to go on the first time and you will not leave. You came up with an excuse why you cannot move on and then try to make it look like I was doing something wrong and try to scare me into staying with you. My child's father asked me, why would you stay around him? Because he basically used a scare tactic to scare me, just like you did. You was telling me, my child's father was telling me the entire relationship, if you ever leave me, and this is true, if I ever leave him, even this the one part he never mentioned was if I stay with him, I'm still gonna be homeless and jobless. When I was with him, I was basically homeless and jobless. No job, nowhere to go but at his house. And then they put me out anytime. And then they make fun of me. Laughing at me. But God did not punish you for those reasons. And then you put me out for stuff that y'all caused. And me defending myself. But y'all father used to shout, you're going to be homeless and jobless if you stay with me. You're going to be paying rent in somebody else's home for the rest of your life. Look where I'm at now. How come everything he says is going to be true? But how come everything I say is never true? If you're supposed to speak life over yourself, and I tell myself all the time, I'm going to get me an apartment. I'm going to get me a job. Not only that I'm telling myself this, I'm putting in the works to do so. Why haven't it shown yet? It does not take a woman or anybody, a father, if you're a single father, single mother, 2 years to get up on your feet when you got help. I got daycare vouchers. I can activate my daycare voucher and put my son in daycare. I got to activate my daycare voucher and use it to pay the person that's actually helping me with my son, that's currently helping me with my son. She can't get paid because I'm not getting paid. My payment stop, her payment stop. That's why she's not getting paid. I was trying to make it so that I get a full-time position and then I activate my voucher and then she get paid more off of my voucher, because right now I was only paying her $120 a week. She was going to get paid more with my voucher because they was going to pay her half and I was going to pay her at least probably 100 and something each week. She can't even see that money because these people are stopping me from working. Because I have to sacrifice myself and I'm not doing it. Or I have to sacrifice my son and I'm not doing it. It does not take 2 years. The amount of work that I put in, like that year of 2024, and I did all that stuff. No. To get some income? No. In 2025, when I was doing Instacart? No. Me and my baby was out there doing Instacart. You see why I got an angry attitude? Because me and my baby was out and my car didn't have no air conditioner. There's people breaking into my vehicle, stealing my jackets. Both of my jean jackets that my mom gave me is gone. They stole it. They stole my glasses. They stole my ticket out of my car. Me and my son was suffering during that year doing Instacart. This baby was out there with me till like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We'd come home, lay down, get up, get in a shower, go back out there at 6 o'clock in the morning, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and go do Instacart. I'll pack our lunch, put it in the bag. We'll be out there for 8 to 10 hours. This baby's out there in 8, 10 hours in the car with me. Like I'm on a route at Amazon or something, because I used to work for Amazon. That's what it felt like. Trying to make money because I got fired from Target warehouse because of my child's father and his occult. Nobody won't revive. I know those footages could get revived. They won't revive those footages so they can see how they were looking at me, what they were doing to me in that warehouse. My child's father tried to convince me when they fired me. Oh, you're not going to be able to get the audio. Duh, you clearly hear me keep saying video. I never said audio. I said video. But it would be good to see that you had audio as well. I clearly said video. That warehouse, all their cameras are pointing out. They had lots of cameras. Like, their cameras are dangling down on you. They had lots of them to the point. Everywhere you go, there's a camera in your face. But the thing is, they think they could keep getting away with stuff because, one, it's not being reported, and then two, time go by, and then by the time go by, they say, oh, well, the footage has been rewriting. How the footage has been rewriting? I don't believe all footages get rewrite. I believe they store them footages somewhere, and them footages could come back to life, and you could use those to get people in trouble. The government doesn't want to do it. So I could prove my innocence. So I could prove that these are people are attacking me. Then I had to let go of Amazon because I had no sitter. My child father wouldn't help me with my son. And we was in the same household, paying rent together. Stupid. Why won't you watch your child? Okay. So you're not going to watch your child. Okay. So now I got to quit. I had a little bit of money saved up. And another thing he didn't pay the rent for 3 months. 3 to 2 months. I had to use all the money I had saved up to pay his half and my half. And that's what made me do Instacart. I had to go do Instacart so I could save my vehicle. So I could pay my car insurance, car note. So I could pay my half of the rent because I was out of a job. I had to pay $800 and some in rent. Then I had to pay my car note. and car insurance, which equals up to 900. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So they came up with I had to come up with $13 to $1,400 each month doing Instacart. I did it for 2 months, but those 2 months I did Instacart more than 2 months. But while we was in the apartment, I had to make sure I pay that rent for 2 months straight. And that was a lot of hard work. Getting rent money and the car note and car insurance so that we still could get by and still make money. Because having Instacart was helpful for us to make money, but it was very extreme hard work. Not because it's not an easy job, because those people are the real manipulating my Instacart account and manipulating the roadways. They were basically piling up on the road and everything. Nobody believes me, but okay. I'm so crazy. My child's father told me everything in the world is fake. I'm so crazy that I'm letting y'all know they're trying to kill me, but nobody believes me. If my body end up dead, she deserve it. That's what them people that's gonna be commenting on my YouTube. It's there are people. Like one person tried to tell me, they try to convince me to take my stuff down, then try to scare me and say, this stuff stay on here forever. Let it stay on here forever. Y'all hear that, right? These recordings stay on here forever. But what about the other recordings? Like when you step on government grounds like the courthouses, what about the stores, convenience stores? What about their footages? What about your job footages? Don't those recordings supposed to stay on there forever? Or do they get deleted and overwritten? Because y'all committing crimes out here and y'all don't want nobody to pull footages like the laundromat incident. They haven't still pulled the footage. So I can go press charges against that lady. I have the audio, but it would be so helpful if the laundromat people could give the police officers or the DA of Washington, D.C. the video footage so she can get arrested. And show that this lady striked me about 4 times. She hit me 4 times. What I'm supposed to not do? Hit her back? I am supposed to hit you back. I'm not your bitch. I'm not your slave. You're not going to do that to my son. You're going to keep it moving. You're going to act like regular citizens, or some of y'all not regular citizens. I know what I seen with my own eyes. I know what people told me. I'm not making nothing up. I have evidence on them. No, DeRozan anymore. He needs to be gone. He needs to get in trouble. Straight up. And don't let him tell y'all he's bipolar. He's not bipolar. No. That's what the guy on the bus was trying to do. He was trying to pull that crazy stuff. He talking about something. He get a check. But you know right from wrong, and I can prove that you don't need that check. You talking about something pulling a weapon out on me? You're very aware of what you're doing. Nobody is attacking you. You're attacking me. If you can't take a verbal debate, stop opening your mouth. If somebody say something smart to you, you think the first thing you're supposed to do is scare somebody with a weapon, and things say, "Oh, I did that. I could play crazy now. I killed her, and now I can use my crazy check to say I'm crazy and get off on it." No, not with me. You're not, because you're very aware that you're crazy. That you're not crazy. You know exactly what you're doing. You're trying to harm me. He was saying all types of weird stuff. Like, no. Like, they got a lot of people. The government needs to shut the states down and do an evaluation, remove people from their homes. Some of these and another thing is most of these people that are talking me, and most of these people that's running these companies, 99% of these people are foreigners. I don't know how the president before us, before this president, the president before that president, can't look a foreigner in the eye and say, you're African, you're white, you're Jamaican, you're Haitian, you're Caribbean, you're you're Australian, you're whatever, you Hispanic, you're not Black Native American or white American. I don't see how you can look them in the face and can't tell. I can tell. And my child's father, he's trying to hide the fact that he's calling himself Black American. No. When you look at his family, all of them look African, Jamaican, foreigners. And some of them have accents. So this whole entire time, I didn't know that my child's father was African while I was in a relationship with him up until this year. Or and last year, sometime last year, I found out he was African. He's not Black. But they already mixed with our people. So now it looks like they get to be here. So that's why when we select on paper, it say Black American or African American. No, they need to distinguish the two because it's not the same. Them Africans are foreigners and they get away and they be committing crimes here. Hispanics are foreigners and they get away and they committing crimes here, along with the other race, or along with the other foreigner races. They're committing crimes here, and I'm getting sick and tired of them. I'm not a racist. Before dating my child's father, I had no issue with no race. I never said I hated white people. I never said I hated Africans. I never said I hated anybody. The only thing I did say is Africans got nasty attitudes, and I don't like them too much because of their attitudes. And then after dating an African, I had told myself that I never want to date an African again. But oops, his bad. I dated another African, which is my child's father, and had a baby by him. Okay. And not only that, but it's a lot. It's a lot. This guy been trying to kill me. My child's father been trying to help kill me for years and trying to cover it up. Even before he became my child's father, he's been trying to kill me. And I dug deeper and deeper into the situation. And it's all because he's working with other people that's been trying to kill me. Before dating my child's father, we went to a high school together, right? I didn't know him back then. I just used to see him around. But when we graduated high school, I started working at a job location in Lanham, Maryland, on Annapolis Road at McDonald's. And some of his family members were coming in there. They were pre-planning my death, y'all. They were pre-planning the setup. That's why I relate to McDonald's all the time. When I say these are people I served at McDonald's a lot, because they were coming in there. And when I look back at the situation, I said, all of these people that I'm seeing, they're basically from McDonald's following me and stalking me, which they are. If I'm lying, my child's father told me also that he was going to stalk me. But little did I know, he was having other people stalk me. Anyway, when I was working at McDonald's, some of his family members were coming in at McDonald's. And then when I started dating him and I started meeting his family members, he had tell me stories like, oh, my cousin, he was in jail for like 10 years. And I would say, this guy is sitting here lying. I just saw this same dude that he's saying his cousin 3 years ago, and I was at McDonald's. And I used to serve him all the time. His brother. I served his brother at McDonald's along with his best friend. His brother best friend. And his brother. He told me something. This is his first time meeting his brother. When he introduced me to his brother on his father's side, one of his brothers on his father's side, he told me something. This is also his first time meeting his brother. And I'm like, I don't believe him. Because this weird. I seen this guy at McDonald's too. Then another thing is I saw his other cousin, girlfriend, which is a white lady, and then his other cousin, which is a woman, at McDonald's before. And when I seen him, and got introduced to them as his family member, I know something was fishy. And the first crime they tried to pin on me is robbing my grandmother's bank account. I explained that story. I don't know if y'all caught it, but I'll save that for an investigation. Because it was a conspiracy that was done amongst me, my mom, my sister, and there's other conspiracies that's been done that nobody knows about. They think they living a good life. You think getting by. You think that's how life goes. Whatever. I don't know if it's a big secret being hidden from me. Oh, you better shut your mouth. We know you not crazy. Alicia Parker told me that. Alicia Parker is somebody that's from my childhood that's also associated with DeRay Antonio Moore. She admit that I'm not crazy. She knows I'm not crazy. She used to know me as a child. We was hung out when we was kids. So she know I'm not crazy. But you better stop opening your mouth before these people say this and say that about you. Why? Because there's a big occult going around in the state of Maryland, D.C., and Virginia. And if you open your mouth, what do the Illuminati and occult members do? Or the occult do? They kill you off. They assassinate you. I'm not the only person that's talking about it. Young Pharaoh talks about it. They talk about how Dr. Martin Luther King was assassinated. How what's the guy name? Malcolm X was assassinated. How his own people set him up. Yes, my own people. Some of my own people are setting me up. And 10 times out of 10, Dr. Martin Luther King, I believe his people had set him up. There's people very close to him that set him up. There's people very close to Malcolm X. Set him up. There's people that's close to me that set me up. Why? Because they're bowing down. They have to bend their asses over and be punks. And they got to do it to the next. They got to do it to the next. They got to do it to the next. Now I see why my mom was struggling while she was growing up. While I was growing up. Not because she can't do shit. Because even if you don't know shit, you still could get jobs. You could get a McDonald's job. You could get a checker job. You get a grocery store job. Those jobs are not hard. You don't need some of them jobs you don't need high school diplomas. Some of them jobs you don't even need a degree or anything. So why can't my mom get into a decent job to support her kids? Because she didn't sacrifice her kids. And we were very aware. My son, he's not very aware because he has autism, but as a kid, as me and my siblings growing up, we was very aware of things. We could watch our own stuff sometimes. We were very responsible kids growing up. Like in my son age, when I was about 5 years old, I was very responsible. I knew how to cross the street by myself, walk to the bus stop by myself. I know how to look both ways. If somebody come my way and try to do anything to me, I know how to survive it and snitch and everything. I was a tough little cookie as a child. And I was taught very well as a child. Survival skill. So, yeah. These are bad people out here. And I'm in need of very much help. Not because I'm losing my mind or because I'm going, no, because there's an occult that's trying to harm me and kill me. And keep trying to make it look, they be trying to make it look like they're trying to help me. Yeah, you did good. Now you get this. But you can't get that. Why? Because you didn't do the big stuff. But I'm not doing anything good for you. I'm doing something good for me because guess what? I'm just being a normal human being while you think that you under some type of control of me when you don't. That is not the law. The law does not say I am a slave. And we are not legally free in the state of Maryland, DC, or Virginia. Why is the amendments are saying that? Why is your law saying that we are free? Stop trying to silently, secretly, illegally enslave people and say that we are slaves to people. Like I'm supposed to be a slave to another citizen because they already inside of their car. Like no. Anyway, I have evidence. I'm going to use my evidence against people and get them arrested. I'm sleepy and I'm tired, y'all. We've been out all day because I had to bomb the place to get the flies out of here. Most majority of them going out there, see them battling up on that wall. I seen a teeny bit more. When I first came here, it wasn't none. Seen a teeny bit more. I'm gonna bomb the place again later. Tomorrow, because we leaving out tomorrow. I gotta give me some rest. What time is it? I gotta get running on there. Ugh. There's no way that I shouldn't have a job. I have a sitter right now that's willing to watch my son for me. And she can't continue to watch my son because they're purposely messing with my schedule, purposely not trying to give me full-time positions, purposely trying to mess with my pay, purposely trying to mess with my hours, purposely trying to mess with me moving out of this situation here and moving into a better situation to get housing. They're going to try to mess with my forex trading account. I'm going to put my real money into the account. Right now, I'm trading in demo, like I told you earlier, in my shorts. I'm trading in demo, freshening up my memory because I learned how to fully trade back between last year, the end of last year, and this year, the first few months of this year, and I know how to trade. But the last time I put my money in there, I put a little bit of money in the trade. They manipulated the account and made the market go the opposite direction, which swiped some of my money out when it was actually supposed to go down. It was supposed to go the way that I would put it in. It took like 4 weeks for it to go back the way that it was supposed to go. And I finally hit my target. But by that time, I took my real money out, but it hit my target where I put it at. Purposely was manipulating the what you call it. But they said that's not supposed to happen often. So the last time that happened in February. So it's now March, April. April just came. March just left. So that's not supposed to happen too often. That's when I research it, it's not supposed to happen too often. So when I go put my real money in it again, it better not happen too often. Because then I'm going to file a lawsuit. Because they said they could do an investigation on that to see if your account was manipulated, and you can file a lawsuit. And get your broker in trouble. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. And yes, I'm defending me and my son. Yes, all of this is for me and my son. I'm defending me and my son. And I'm not a rude or nasty person. I'm a decent, good person. People are very rude and been nasty and rude to me ever since I've been with my child's father. Since I started dating him, they've been very rude, nasty, using scare tactics, trying to scare me, trying to make you feel like I ain't getting nowhere, I'm not gonna get nothing, make you feel like I have to give my body. I'm giving my body to a guy that don't even like me, don't even want me. Guess what? Up and down, I love you. I had love for you. Never liked me. He had a plan. He had he was working with people trying to harm me and gonna try to cover it up. I became sick being with this guy. Very sick. And I'm still sick to this day. I have congestion problems because they did something to me. Before this guy, growing up, I never had congestion problems ever in my life. I never was allergic to nothing. I never had no sneezing, no nose problems, no congestion problems, no nothing, no chest problems, no nothing. When Darrell Antonio Moore spent the night over my child's father's house back in 2019, and he left, that's when I started having issues, even more health issues. Health issues that seem very abnormal. You know your body. You know what household you was growing up in. You know how sick you became before I barely got sick. I would only get sick, which is a common cold, every year, once a year around the fall time. This was in December, November, when I noticed the symptoms of my congestion. When I became sick in the inside. Nose, every time I go to cry, when I cry, I can't breathe out my nose. My nose gets so clogged to the point it's like what is that for? Like, what is that about? I can't breathe out my nose. My nose so stuffy. A lot of stuff got to be investigated. I don't know who's willing to do the investigation. Who's willing to prove that something is going on out here. And they're making people sick. Allegedly. How I just want to say and get the truth out, because I don't want my videos to be taken down or anything like that. But they're out here doing that to people. Allegedly. I'm not very rude. When y'all heard me yelling at that lady at the Dunkin' Donuts lady, y'all didn't hear her lie about the apple juice. She lied about the apple juice. She said there was no apple juice. I walked away. I turned my recording on because when I went to go swipe my card, she was making it look like, or the machine was making it look like I didn't have no money. So I ignored that part. I didn't start an argument or nothing. I turned my recording on and said, y'all, I'm in Dunkin' Donuts trying to give me something to eat. And they're trying to make it look like I don't got no money on my card. As soon as I swiped that card the second time, when I recorded it, it went through. How it didn't go through the first time, but it went through the second time. As soon as I turned the recording on. Oh, Lord. When I see her give the apple juice to the guy, I said, didn't I just ask you, did y'all have apple juice? She said, she lied again. She said, no. I said, yes, you did. And then she said, no, what I said was blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, I ignored it again. Right there, I ignored it. Then I said, well, can you substitute it? No, you can substitute in, blah, 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 blah. I said, why? How come? And the reason why I asked is because I worked at McDonald's before where you can substitute things. You might have a deal, you can substitute things. Maybe we were too nice or something. But she told me, no, with that deal, you couldn't substitute. But then at one point she was starting to confuse me. She told me, son, you can buy the apple juice and the orange juice. I never said anything about orange juice. I said apple juice. And then I said, so you mean to tell me I'm going to get 3 drinks. The apple juice, the drink, the coffee, and the other coffee. She said, no. If y'all didn't hear that in the video, y'all are stupid. I heard that in the video. She said no. She confused the hell out of me. So that's when I was trying to get an understanding of what she was saying. That's when I said, I'm going to ask you one more time. I said, blah, 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 blah. Then she told me, saying, what I'm saying is, you can, the meals only come with the coffee. I said, well, you should have told me that earlier. That way, because even right then, I was still talking to her. Before I got angry, I was talking to her. And I was thinking about buying the juice. And for everybody, again, I did not have much money on me that day. But I was still going to buy it or try to buy it. But because her body language and because her attitude and because when I first walked in, they was all looking at me like they didn't want me there. That made me upset. And then when the last manager turned her back on me, that right there took me off. I said, nope. I said, I'm sitting here trying, and in my head, I'm sitting here trying, in my head, I'm saying this. I'm sitting here trying to communicate with you, get a better understanding. I'm trying to let you know that your employee or employer or whatever she is, employee, basically lied to me about the apple juice and was being rude to me and this and this and that. And won't just sit and understand and make me understand her. Like when she was taking the customer order at one point when I was talking to her. But then she had finished. When she went to go say, let me see how much the coffee was, when she said she was about to see how much coffee was, there was no more customers behind me. It was just me and her. And she still was trying to turn away and walk away instead of making me understand. And I wanted her to give me like it was about the apple juice because I wanted the apple juice. But at the same time, she was not her body language was just very mean and off. Like she didn't want me to buy nothing basically. And I'm like, you lied about the apple juice. You could have just gave me the could have just told me the first time there is apple juice and I could have purchased the apple juice. Cause I don't want to carry 3 freaking drinks, 2 coffees, and my son need apple juice. I don't want my son drinking coffee. Somebody made a comment talking about son how your son is better off getting a coffee than apple juice. No, he's not better off getting a coffee than apple juice. He's better off having the apple juice that I want him, that I was fighting for him to have, since you want to pick with me, and make sure that he's drinking something that is supposed to be good for his health at his age. Okay, so when the lady had Butch calling me, I did get upset. I yelled at her because she turned her back on me. And that's I yelled. I even said in the video, no, why don't you come over here and talk to me like an adult? Why you gotta keep moving around? Why you gotta keep going that way? Why can't you just stand still and talk to me and make me understand? Because your employer said something that didn't make sense. Blah, 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 blah. And your employer should never lied about the apple juice. So one of them, the cashier, and I was talking to the lady that took my order. The cashier was telling me to move. I said no. I said I'm not moving until she come over here and talk to me, because that's not how you're supposed to treat a customer. You come over and talk to your customers, and you explain to them, and in a good body language way, because your body language was off. And then she went like this, and then said, da 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 da, and I said, and then she said, "Don't hit me." Well, you assaulted me because you put your hands in my space. Then she ended up hitting me on right here on my left arm. And in the video, somebody also, when I posted that video, somebody tried to tell me, oh, she didn't hit you. Pull your camera. I asked the police to pull the camera. I recorded the police. I told the police to pull the camera because she hit me. You know what the lie that the Illuminati policeman said? Well, we wasn't here and we can't say what really happened. Well, that's what the footage is for. That you're going to see on camera that she assaulted me more than one time. Go ahead. She assaulted me more than one time. Her and her manager. You trying to get out? Go ahead. So no, I'm not crazy. You don't put your hands on me. You don't put your hands in my area. I'm not tripping. Definitely ain't tripping. They're all up in my family trying to manipulate us, trying to control us, trying to have some type of control of us, trying to make us feel little than them. Right? No, this stuff going on for years and to lots of people. And this stuff needs to be handled now and put to a stop. It needs to be put to a stop. It's lunatics out here. Those Dunkin' Donuts lady, they're cult members. Those are females, people that I have seen over the years and that I have served at McDonald's as well. And I am not making this up. I wish I could be lying, but I am not lying. Now, I did not turn my camera on. I should have turned my camera on because of that reason. But I turned my camera on because of my car got declined. As y'all can see, I'm not trying to be funny, but all those people in there were foreigners. Everywhere I go, every job I go to, foreigners. No one actually black. I don't see nobody that actually looks black to me. Now to get off because I have to make sure my son eats something else. And I'm tired. And I'm about to go to sleep because we gotta get up in the morning. We have to go meet somebody. And then we also have to go to this court case tomorrow. And I don't know if I'm gonna make it to court. I'm tired. I'm not making nothing up, y'all. I promise y'all I'm not. There's other people that probably can say shit, but they're not gonna say shit because they probably been threatened, or they probably feel like something can happen to which they do something to you. They'll try to cover it up too. It's so sad that people cover up lies and make innocent people look guilty when they're not guilty. Telling me, innocent people are in jail, and my child's father, he's another one. When I told him that so-and-so said that, the people that we was working with at Target, he agreed. He said, there's a reason why innocent people are in jail. So you agree there are innocent people in jail. Not because you actually care about them and they got set up. He was basically telling me, he's a fucking Illuminati member so much, he's fucking telling me they did because they need to learn a lesson. They there because that's what they get. They there because that's what they deserve. It's their fault. Right? Trying to make it look like innocent people belong in jail. That's what they believe. That's what the all-seeing eye evil people believe. They're fucking evil. And they believe that you belong in the graveyard, in jail. You belong. You deserve to get harmed, and some more. That is so wicked and evil. And then they sit up in our face and they act like they're normal people in the world and do normal shit like go to people's funeral and say that was so sad when you actually happy they did. Watch little sad shit on TV, say stuff like, "Oh, that was messed up. That was messed up." Right? Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix my computer. Right? I don't know. Let me get over here because I keep walking past my computer. I can't even get my computer together. Sorry. They are like very normal when they're not normal people. I think in another room it's like real bad. I was talking about something else. Something else happening just now. I'm tired of them things. Okay? Stinky butt. No? No. Anyway, I'm in need of help. I'm in danger. I'm not making it up. I be seeing what them things called? Protective service cars driving past, basically trying to hit me to go to protective service. Why would I play the game that y'all playing? It's y'all people. No, I know when I see help. I know what help look like, and it's not that. I don't need to go to protective service because if I'm going to the police now, and then the police know stuff now, and they're not doing nothing about it, no, I know it's something deeper than it. I want to get connected to one person, which is the president. And I would love for the president, out of respect, to please investigate. Have your people investigate. Some of your people that's probably on the president's team is crooked. The president might even be crooked. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I don't know this guy. But from what I see, he's supposed to care about the American people. He's supposed to have cleaned up DC Street. Yeah, they're purposely, silently trying to be quiet. All I know, that could be another tactic. They're trying to be silent, but they're still committing crimes against me. I'm a victim. I've been reporting to the FBI. The first thing that guy on the bus tried to tell me, y'all, I get it. Check. He was so pressed to shout that out. You right there should warn you and should let y'all ears know. He playing crazy. He could get away with it. And they allowing him to get away. No, don't nobody shout that out and say, I get a check. You so pressed to say you get a check from the government, labeling you as crazy, just so you could kill people. Your mindset not right. Yeah, you are right. You are mentally ill. But you're very aware of what you're doing is wrong. And you don't belong at home collecting money from the government. You belong in a prison cell or in a graveyard for taking other people's lives. Not at home where you could collect a fat ass check and go spend it on yourself. When other people in the world that actually need government assistance, like I need government assistance, I need housing. There's lots of people in me that needs housing and we can't get it because they're only recycling the housing vouchers to their court members. And most of these people, I heard that President Trump, I seen memes saying President Trump supposed to want to do drug tests on people that collect food stamps. He needs to do it because most of your people are drug addicts. They smoke lots of weed. How you on food stamp, but you got money to buy weed? You know, I don't know too much about weed. I don't smoke, but I do know they spend lots of money on weed. For something, a small amount, $20 for a small amount. And then that stuff only lasts for like 2 days. They be smoking that stuff up. And then they got to go purchase it again. They spend thousands of dollars on weed. You know how much money you could be saving versus spending it on weed? Whereas the poor people, especially people that's on food stamps, where the hell are you getting that money at to buy you some weed at? You tell me. Because I barely got money to do shit. I collect food stamps, a government check, and a child support check. I'm not collecting them right now because currently they postponed because father ain't paying his child support. And then they reduced my shit when I got this job. They only gave me fucking 2 days. And now I'm supposed to collect a check from the job, but I'm out of a job because he haven't put me back on the schedule. So right now I don't got shit. But my food stamps. And they reduced my food stamps too as well. They put them to $200. The stuff that we bought ain't gonna last us. I went back down there last week and they said they're gonna boost it back up to $500. Please do, because the job that I have is not guaranteed, not promised. They're not always putting me on the schedule. So I need the same amount. I need about 500, 400 food stamps. And sorry to say, people that got like 5 to 6 kids, that $400 is not gonna work out for 5 to 6 kids. Y'all be seeing people, I be seeing a lot of videos about people on food stamp and they got like 6, 7 kids and they cut like about $2,000 or $3,000 of food stamp. Yes, that is accurate. You need about $2,000 to $3,000 to feed about 6 kids. Food is not cheap. The $500 meal my son get, that food be just enough for me and him. And I make it work all the way to the end of it. Lasts to the end of the month. But the $200 that we just got, that's not gonna last to the end of the month. So when y'all be trying to make fun of people and you say, go get a job. Well, stop bashing people that don't have a job. Some people, I'm living proof. You can't bash me because I document the shit I do. So you tell me go get a job, bitch, I try to get a job. And I told you that there's people stopping me. This nigga just told me early on the bus, he tried to tell me, oh, I only got my son because I'm trying to collect taxes. No. I'm basically trying to get, my son is my son. That's where I hate that. I just told you earlier
And I got proof to prove that I spend lots of money on my son. I could go back to all my Walmart cards, pull receipts. I go to my emails and show you what I spend on my son. I spend lots of money on my son when I'm working. I even I save my tax when I save my $11,000 that they stole from me in 2022. That money was being saved for my son. My tax money was being saved for my son. I want to save my tax money every year for my son, but I can't do that because I can't work. So I'm glad he did shout that out because I have proof of me talking about this shit somewhere in one of my recordings. Me trying to stack up my tax money every year to make sure that every year my son he's 5 years old now and we missed about 4 years. I can't stack up my tax money. All that tax money because I'm always struggling. So he lied and said you're only using your child for tax money. But nigga, you just disrespected me and my son, talking about how you would have left me and my son. I got mad at you because you talking about something leaving me and my son if you was the bus driver. That don't look like a mother that act like she only using her child for tax money. They purposely doing that. You know why? Because my child's father, he doesn't want to pay child support. That's what I said when I post certain videos and stuff for people. Listen to what they shout out their mouth. They purposely doing it. That's why I said my child's father, he not innocent. Why would this guy say something stupid like that? Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me. When y'all know y'all being abusive and you know you're trying to make it look like you're not stalking me, you're not following me, you don't know who I am, whatever. And guess what my child's father been telling me for years? He's been telling me he's gonna go take care of another woman and her kids. So is it my fault that my child is only with me? No. My child's father told me at one point my child was gonna come live with him and his wife. Like he basically gonna take my son away from me and go live this is while me and my child's father was together in a relationship. He was telling me this stuff that he gonna get him a new wife, the girl that he been talking to for years, Janice Alexander Jenkins. She was dating him the entire time while I was dating my child's father before he became my child's father. For 10, 12 years. She been in my relationship the whole entire time. Because they polygamy and they were trying to draw me into polygamy, but I didn't want to. That's another reason why I'm trying to get my child's father arrested for life in prison, because polygamy is illegal in the state of Maryland. And you try to do it against my will, against my will. Basically, you try to lure me into it, find tactics to use, and try to manipulate me into doing so. But anyway, he said he was going to take my child away from me. He told me this way before I got pregnant. He told me if I ever got pregnant by him, he was going to try to take my child away from me. And I said to myself, you know, when you're young, you don't really realize things and you don't think like that. You don't think like, I was very gullible at some times in my life. And like, you know, I was taught, don't pay attention to what people say. People just say stuff and just talk. Because that's what they was taught, to just walk away from a situation while you still hurting. But he said that to me and I ignored it. And I said, well, why would you say that? That's crazy. But I didn't really dwell on it too much up until I actually had a child. And now they were trying to take my child, plotting to take my child away from me when I was pregnant. Let him tell you right now. Me and him was on the phone right now. He gonna lie and say, why would I try to take him away from you? I'm not trying to take him away from me. He with you, ain't he? Make up a whole entire lie. But I got also recordings of you trying to manipulate me and tell me as soon as the child support stuff was established. Remember, I told you he don't really want to take care of his child. Before I put him on child support, he wasn't trying to help me with just watching his child. Watch your child while I go to work and you watch your child. We didn't need child support. I got proof to prove that I was not trying to put him on child support. Plenty of times. I got evidence of him saying after weeks after, probably like 2 weeks after the court case got established, the child support status got established, him try to convince me, oh, XYLO could come live with me and Tavis, no. No, no. Me and my son, we've been suffering together for a very long time, and we're gonna get out of this situation together, and we're gonna get into our own place together, and I'm gonna give my son the room that he deserves, and we're gonna do fun activities, and I'm gonna homeschool my son. That's what I'm planning on doing with my son, homeschooling him, and give him the best baby life and kid life, teenage life that I'm gonna give him. I know I can give him more, but they're stopping me. I don't have to be rich to give him more. I can give him a lot while I'm poor or living low class. Why are you trying to? Why instead of saying he could come live with me, why can't you just say I didn't have to go on child support? We could have just worked things out. He can't even say that to me at this point because I already tried that part before, and every time I tried it, you try to. You can't beat me. I'm not trying to be funny, but he can't use anything against me to even get his child. And at this point, I'm not trying to be mean or funny, but I don't even trust him alone with his child. I don't want my son alone with him. Like the last time we went to go visit him, and he took me and my son out for my son's birthday in December of last year. He took us to a hotel. He took us to like 3 hotels to spend time with him, and he bought my son a toy, and he bought us something to eat and stuff while we was at the hotel with him. And we was deciding to work things out as a family. He promised me that he was going to try to. He was going to not try. He was going. He going to get a 1-bedroom. This is how he said it to me. He said, "If I get this 1-bedroom, you better be on your best behavior. You better be listening." And because at this point, I was telling him I was scared that these people were trying to kill me and your son. Blah 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 blah. Tell me why, when I gave my body to this guy basically after we left the hotel and stuff, he ditched us for one. He basically was making it known he don't want to work things out with us. He don't want to get an apartment with us. Then 2, while I was at the hotel, he was watching inappropriate things on his phone out of nowhere while we up is during the daytime. Why are you doing that? And then 3, I'll say this for an investigation as well. I'm not even about to say it, but it's something that seems so weird and odd to me. That's why I don't want my son alone with him anymore. Just now, I asked him, can you watch our son for 2 hours while I sleep? I went to sleep for 2 hours, bam. We came home, bam. I'm not that type of person, not that type of girl. I was not trying to put this guy on child support. All I needed him just watch your child while I work. That's all I was asking for at first. I ain't asking for nothing. I was buying all the food, the grocery food. I got documents to prove that. I was putting the food in the house off my little bit of checks. I was putting the groceries in. I was paying my car note, car insurance, paying my half of the rent, buying our son clothes every season. I ain't asked him to do nothing. Just watch your child while I work. Even if we break up and go separate ways in different households, just watch your child while I work. So I can get me an apartment and provide a roof over me and your son's head. Even if that means me picking up 2 jobs. I could have found another sitter to help watch him doing the other job. Just watch him while I make some money, please. He didn't even want that. He don't want me to make money. They don't want me to make money in the state of Maryland. Or nowhere. How are you going to try to teach me about Forex trading, but you don't want me to make money? Do you know I taught myself how to trade? They probably thought that I was going to never learn how to trade. Yes, they telepath. But I don't know. The devil don't promise you everything all the time either. But they telepath and they do know everything. But at the same time, you probably thought that I was so stupid that I was not going to be able to learn how to do this shit. And I learned how to do the shit. I'm profiting right now. This is a trade that's inside right now. It's moving right now. As y'all can see, the numbers changing. That's in my demo account. This is what I made yesterday. This is the amount I made. See, I started off with this at the top, right? You see the deposit is saying that's what I started off in my fake account, and then I added this to my account. This is what I made yesterday. So it's that amount plus this amount, and now it's moving in the market. As y'all can see, the numbers at the top. This is what's sitting in my account at the top, all the way at the top. And then you see the numbers on here are changing because the numbers is up and down because I didn't hit my target yet. So it's going up and down until I hit my target or until I lose my target. But I know I'm going to hit my target for the amount that I know. So do you know if I learn how to do this, you know that I can make a good amount of money. And I could live off this. And I could become a millionaire. My goal is not to become a millionaire. My goal is to be wealthy and to live a decent life for me and my son, and then to get these people in trouble. And to do the things that I already had planned, which was my goals, was to do a candle business, to sell my stuff on Amazon, to do a vending machine business, to homeschool my son. I had other stuff in plan. To work on getting me another vehicle for me and my son to transport us. I've been thinking about trying to get a house if I can, but right now we're gonna have to get an apartment. But eventually, if I can do this for good some time, I could buy me and my son a house to pay it off, so my son could always have somewhere to live. So if I die before my son can have somewhere to live. Like, I have goals. I'm not a lazy person. I'm not a lazy person at all. I wrote down my goals. I can show y'all my goals. It's the same right here in my phone. I'm gonna show y'all my goals. I can read them out loud to you too. I'm gonna show y'all this. Let me see what I put in there. I'm so tired. I don't know how I'm gonna wake up in the morning. Oh. Search like this and say it. Can't find it like that. Keep going down. I want to go back. It's up here somewhere. I got a lot of stuff on my phone. My phone storage is very full. I'm glad I could record on YouTube this way. That way I could record me. I would normally record me just sitting still. I'm sitting still, just doing my everyday stuff that I do. Whether it's just me doing this on the phone, scrolling. Me just living in life. Just doing me in life. So so y'all can see my every move. I'm looking for it, but I can't find it. I don't know if it got wiped away or what. I hope not. No, don't do that, please. Hello, Zala, stop it. What mom tell you? No, no, no. Stop it for mama beat you butt. Pop your legs. No, stop it. I'm happy now. I'm getting excited. Okay, I wrote them down in December. Didn't go that far back, do it. Because I wrote my goals down multiple times, but I rewrote them recently. Yes. Where the hell is my goals at?
Boo, 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 boo.
It's gone, I think. It's like almost kind of like wiped away almost. Okay, let me see notes. Quick notes. One. Notes, here we go. Let's see if I can find it now. Oh, same stuff, same stuff. Same stuff, same stuff. March. Zala! No, stop doing that.
Good, good, good. Good.
I'm gonna be for this one. I just seen some already, but I'm just trying to find the other one. 12 week chart. Okay, so I titled it. Let me make the phone up so I can see it. I see it say goals for 2026. Right here. Goals for 2026. It's the year 2026, right? So I'm gonna click on it. Click. And here's the list. I'm trying to let y'all see what y'all can see. And I'm gonna read it out loud to y'all. And let's see if I scratch some of these goals off. I have not yet. And scroll. It's a long list, right? As y'all can see, it's a long list. So we're gonna go down here. I'm gonna say it. So one of my goals were work at Allied Universal. I work at Allied Universal, but I do not. They're messing with my schedule. Not full-time employee like I applied for, right? Then I said, keep working on learning to trade Forex. I'm still learning, refreshing my, I know how to trade Forex, but I want to be to the point where I know. So I'm going to say I'm still in the learning, but I taught myself how to trade. Look for another job. I'm always looking for another job until I can find a decent job. Like, Allied Universal could be a decent job for me, but the clientele, like I'm working for security, which is Allied Universal, but they place it at certain places, like at a hotel where I was working at, and we work for those people, and those people are paying us underneath Allied Universal. Those people can fire us at any time. That's their policy. They can fire us anytime for no reason, and they're gonna come up with an excuse, a lying excuse. Business needs when it's not. Then it says work on teaching XYLO so he can be ready for the school year. So currently we went past 3 weeks without teaching him, and we just picked up yesterday. Started back yesterday. Now I gotta sit down with him. It's getting real late. It's like 10 o'clock. Hey, like, late. Might have to skip today and start tomorrow again. Then I said work on vending machine business, as y'all can see. These are my goals. Work on vending machine business. Work on cake/bakery business. Because I want to learn how to make cakes. And I want to be in my own house, my own apartment, teaching myself how to make cakes and stuff. Work on candle business. I had saved up some candles and stuff. I got the idea when the lights went out here. I got the idea, ooh, you know what? I could sell candles, blase. So I started keeping the candles and candle glass so that I could use them. So when I get my own apartment, I can experiment on the candles and then eventually sell them. Work on soap business. I came up with the idea to try to do a soap business. Work on YouTube business. I thought about doing YouTube as well. Because you can make money from YouTube, but it's very hard to make money from YouTube. Work on business that's in XYLO name and make sure he benefit from all the other businesses I create. Now look, XYLO is my son, right? I said work on a business that's in XYLO name and make sure he benefit from all the other businesses I create. So why would I use my child for tax money? I was trying to make sure that I could put a business in my son's name, and then any business that I do for my son, for myself, he's gonna be connected to that business, so he can be guaranteed money from it. Everything has to do with me and my son. Everything I do is for my son. I'm trying to make sure my son have the beautiful room that I want him to have and decorate so he could jump on his room. Us have our own furniture so he could jump on my furniture, his furniture, and have fun. Have movie nights with my son, watch movie, all the little cute little movies that we grew up on. I can't do that stuff because I'm being stopped. I know I'm capable of doing it, but I'm being stopped. Because you have to bow down to them. I have to go back to it. All right. Stop. XYLO, Mama tell you stop. Then I tell you stop. Behave, treat your beer. Remember Mama told you earlier? But look, the tax money that I'm getting and that I so far received, I'm spending all of it on my son. I swear, I'm not kidding. The little bit that I got, I received. So I don't know what that guy was talking about. Then I have to use it so that we can maintain our stuff here. Because I don't have a job, basically. So whatever that guy shouted, shut up. I document stuff. So I don't know what the hell you talking about. Like no. Like this, that will make you go crazy when you know people have been messing with you this entire time. That'll make you go crazy. I'm trying to go back to it. Because it's only there people getting all the stuff, and it's not fair. When there's people really trying, you don't even have to have knowledge. That's proven too. I prove that too. Like they don't care if you stupid or dumb. And it's not about if they care or not. It's the fact that is what they're illegally doing. But they don't care if you're stupid or not. If you gotta be stupid so they could be able to manipulate you. If you smart like me, they get mad. But if you stupid enough to let them harm you, they give you what you think you're gonna get. But it's not gonna be enough. And they're not supposed to be the ones that donate. You're supposed to be able to work for it and go for it. Anybody can get anything in life as long as they put in the work for it. But that's not true. What's going on? I also put work on an apartment for short-term goal. So my short-term goal, because I'm using trading as an income, a short-term goal was to get an apartment and live there for 2 to 3 years, or maybe 4 years, up until I could buy a house and pay it off. Then that's what I was going to do if I get money from trading. I was going to use the trading money to pay off my house and my land, and then keep it in my son's name. I mean, keep it in, keep it for me and my son in our name. So if my son need a place to live, he go, and then have also a backup if I can make it to that point, to look at other places or other areas where he could stay at if I was to pass away. But I can't get to that point. And overall, trying to make sure he's safe, but I can't make sure he's safe because these people are crazy. So there's a prayer that I always pray. I pray that God, please let me live to 100 something years old, at least 110, because I know by that time my son will be about 70 to 80 years old. And please let him go first and then me, because I'm that scared that if I go, this man on the bus told me earlier, he gonna do this to my son when my son get older. I'm scared for my son. So that's why I pray that prayer to ask God to let me live that long, because I know by 70, 80 years old, that's normally the age that people probably pass away of. And to me, that's good enough. It's kind of sounding like selfish a lot, but it's not selfish if I got to stretch my life out, knowing that my body might get tired or it might be overdue for my time to go. And I'm just trying to live long so he can live long. And that way he go first, and I know I'm going to be at peace because he's going to be at peace. As long as I know that these people were no longer able to get to him and I was able to stand behind him the whole entire time while he was here on earth, and he get to laugh and smile, get anything you want, the drinks, the food, whatever, he get to go out and have a good time, nobody bothering us, to the point where he might notice somebody bothering us. I'm good. That way he could go in peace, and then I could go in peace. Gotta find it again. Oh, I go to sleep. I might not even go to the court date tomorrow, y'all, because I'm tired. And I might have to just track it online. But then I also put work on buying a house and land for long-term goals. I just told y'all that, right? Then I said work and make sure XYLO is provided the best ABA therapy. That's another goal that I was trying to use the Forex money for, to make sure he gets in-home ABA therapy, because I really don't want him to go to the ABA therapy where he got to sit around those people. Work on making sure XYLO is attending homeschool and learning. So y'all can see that I was not lying about my goals. Here it is right here. Right there. About me homeschooling my son. Work on getting me and XYLO a new vehicle, to be exact, the Toyota Pro Force Max. I wrote this down. Work on taking a lie detector test to prove my innocence. Work on me and XYLO's savings account, building for the future. Work on me and XYLO's savings account, building for future. Work on giving my mom blase each month. Nothing in return. Nothing in return if I do Forex trading. Shit, because I know my mom, she in the same situation I'm in. And these people have stopped her too. So that's what I was planning on doing for my mom. Work on giving my mom blank each month. Nothing in return. She don't know that, but I'm telling y'all that. Cause now I gotta show y'all my goals sometimes. Sometimes you gotta talk too much so people can shut up. Work on a car. Don't know which one yet. Maybe Tesla. I wanted two vehicles. I wanted a truck, the Toyota Forex Pro Max, and I wanted a car. And then I wasn't finished writing out my goals. I was about to write something else. I don't know what I was about to write. This was created February 1st, 2026 at 9:54 a.m. You look at the top. February 1st, 2026. Created. So I do not make lies up. That's a long list of goals, right? I'm back to working on my trading. My phones were down. My computers were down. Now my computer is back up. Phone here. My phone storage is full. But computer is back up. So I can look at trading videos and stuff like that. I might not be able to go to my California court case tomorrow. Although it's very important. I miss all of their court cases. I'm so tired. Anyway, those are my goals, y'all. I'm praying for myself that I can reach majority of those goals. All of those goals are important to me, so I'm praying that I reach those goals. For myself, my son, importantly, my son, and to help my mom out, because my mom, she haven't had a good life since she been here on earth, really. And I realized things were not her fault, and I'm not gonna blame her for her fault. For everything being her fault. It's just like some people just don't learn to just back away from people and get away from people, and that's one thing I just don't agree with what she does. She keep being around, like she act like she desperately need a man when you don't need a man. You just need yourself, to be honest. You have family, and y'all need to get along with each other, and stop worrying about a man. Man can't do nothing for you. They don't want to do nothing for you. They're all gay. They don't care. That's why you in such a verbal abusive relationship, a physical abusive relationship, emotional abuse in a relationship. What I tell you? Stop doing that. Crazy. But yeah. I had a big dream. I had a big goal. Like, it's to the point that if I could ever get a place and it's enough room, the place, like if I ever could buy a house and my mom could, she can have her little area until she ready to get on her own area, until she ready to leave. That was my goal. But I can't give in return what people do for me. Like, I also had goals to pay my aunt for letting me stay here with her. I'm already paying her for letting her stay here. But I was gonna pay her extra for letting me stay here, but I can't get to that either. Every time I plan to do something and give back for people giving to me, I can't do it because Illinois keep trying to prove to me that you're not gonna get nowhere. You're not gonna. We're gonna make them feel like they getting somewhere, so they could turn around and be mad at you for using them when you're not even using them. I hate that feeling. And I hate when they keep beating me in my own goodness. I'm trying to do good, but they manipulating situations so much to the point that I'm stuck. But I know with this forex trading shit that you can't make me stuck because I know how to trade. And if you manipulate my account, I will take it to court, and that broker will get in trouble. Because if I'm about to use my own money and put it in the forex account and to my money and to learn how to trade and to make money, so me and my son can survive off of it, no. Anyway, the round Tony Moore, Tavis Jermaine Bill, their family, some of my family members that I'm going to put into the FBI reports and tell to the president I want them to all go to prison. And if the death penalty is one of the options, please, because the death penalty is needed. I don't care how nobody feel. It's very much needed. Shutting down the states, it's very much needed. With that being said, everybody, I'm about to get off because it's very late. It's 10:24. And I said I would go. I was going to feed my son. 10:24, we got in late. He didn't want to eat his food while we was out because we normally eat twice a day. Lately, we've been eating twice a day, and we eat early. And when we was out earlier and we ate our lunch dinner, he didn't want to eat. So maybe hey, give me that. Maybe he's hungry now, and plus he have a cold, so that's probably why he didn't eat. So I'm about to see if he can eat it now. So I'm Big Kid Monster. So we about to go. So I'll see y'all later. Probably cut back on when I'm about to sleep at night. That's how serious I am about my stuff. Because I was doing this on Facebook for 3 years now. 3 to 4 years of recording myself my every day. Try to get majority of my life. Whether it's me sleeping to the morning, waking up. Because these people are trying to kill me. So you can see that I'm in the house being a normal person. I go outside being a normal person. Somebody always gotta say something to me. Somebody always say something outside. Right. I'll see y'all later. Because I'm tired.